She is holding up
All
the
right,
whole
I'm live.
show.
I'm live. It's working
damn
now.
it.
It's working now. Okay, so anybody on YouTube, you missed
Ooh,
the
thank
first
God.
2 minutes because the stream didn't go live. They changed how YouTube works a little bit. And this is my first time doing it in a while. Anyway,
Okay.
so pictures that take a really long time to open on Windows and it sucks. Go.
Yeah, Windows Photos. They added it with Windows 8. It's fucking garbage, and it always was. Before, it was like Windows Photo Viewer, and it was fine. And they they didn't for a long time. It was hidden, and if you found you could go in and specifically tell Windows to use Windows Image Viewer or Photo Viewer to open pictures, and I think they might have removed it by now.
Yeah.
The same way they're about to remove Control Panel. It's like these problems have just existed for so long that Windows has decided to act like they're solved. Like they never they never
Anyone who remembers how it used to be is dead.
No one remembers the before times, so
they've
we can
Animal
just move
Farmed their
on.
whole operating system.
Oh man. Yeah, so they never fixed the Windows settings page, but they are about to pretend they did. I mean, unless the update in which they sunset Control Panel comes along with some massive overhaul to the Windows settings page, right?
I do have a little bit of insight into this from my cousin Ted, who's he's a computer guy.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to him about this a few months ago, it was like I was trying to troubleshoot something and I got his advice, and basically the problem was I was in the wrong control panel because you know how there's two.
Yeah, there's settings and control panel.
There's two control panels.
Oh, you mean like two, like original control panel and like Windows Windows XP, Windows 7 control panel?
Yeah. There's like the Windows 7 control panel, and then there's the Windows 8 control panel. And so basically, like part of Windows' problem is that they glued on all the Windows 8 stuff onto Windows 7, but they had to have all of that Windows 7 stuff still available for people that like couldn't or wouldn't use like the Metro stuff. And
I mean,
and his thing, the thing he was saying was basically like, oh, Windows will just be slowly removing the failed Windows 8 bits out of Windows for like 2 decades. Like it's just like there's so much that's just intertwined at a base level that it's.
But see, that's not what they're doing though with this. They're removing the Windows 7 thing that was good, and they're keeping the Windows 8 thing that was bad.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Right. And I would also like to refute something you said. You said that like, oh, when they did Windows 8, they had to keep a bunch of like legacy stuff from older Windows for people who didn't something want to something.
Well, they didn't have a touchscreen, so they.
No, the reason you couldn't finish that thought is because there wasn't a reason that they couldn't have rebuilt Control Panel as something that looked and functioned differently. They just didn't. And ignored the problem for years.
I think you're ignoring that the reason I think there's an obvious reason why they couldn't do it is that it was hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to do that.
Yes, you're right that Control Panel is not touchscreen friendly, but they should have just made a touchscreen. Like, I right now am looking at a Windows settings window that is both touchscreen friendly and mouse friendly, so they can do it. They just didn't.
I think there's this, and I've always been more of a Windows user than a Mac user. Even when I had a MacBook, I always had a PC, and I think that there's this period where like Apple and Windows have this. Well, they have this weird symbiosis, right? Like like or I don't know if this exists on
It's
Windows end, but like Apple can't exist without Windows. Like
yeah,
they
I was just
use
gonna.
too
I
much
was
Windows.
literally just gonna say it's Batman and the Joker. They can't exist without the other.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know the specifics of this anymore, but I'm pretty sure that Apple like licenses a bunch of Windows tech for their stuff, and so I'm sure that they could
Huh.
build it on their own. But I'm pretty sure
Right.
Apple like is just constantly cutting Microsoft a check for some tech
Hmm.
things. You know,
I
if
think
you want to
there
fact
are-
check me on that,
hmm.
fact check me. But this is something that I used to understand, and now I just forgot it because it wasn't important for my
But
brain.
like, I'm thinking, like, if that's true, there's gotta be a bunch of stuff that Microsoft is paying Apple for too, right?
I don't
Like,
know.
there's gotta be.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But but the other side of it though is that there was a really long time where I feel like Apple was keeping Microsoft on their toes, and Microsoft's not good on their toes. Like there's just like, you know, from basically from the iPod until like 2 years ago, or maybe, you know, maybe like until Steve Jobs died, right? Remember him? Steve
Rip.
Jobs died, but like I feel like his Apple didn't die until a couple years after he did.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
And so like that is when like from the moment that the iPod died until the moment like everyone was like until the Steve Jobs power ran out of Apple, Microsoft was like flailing, like on the ground flailing. I don't know what we're getting. Zune, try the Zune. I don't know. Bing, do we Bing it?
Someone being what to do
And
about
it's like,
this.
really all Microsoft has to do is like, you know, make sure that the people making laptops for them don't fucking suck. Like that's really all they needed to do. And instead they did a lot extra and it all was bad, and they did Windows 8 and it was bad, and they did the Zune and the Zune was great, but they did it wrong. I don't know. And now you can't open photos, and maybe in 10 years photos will be fast.
Sorry, say that again.
And now you can't open photos, but in 10 years maybe photos will be fast. But that's my brief Windows take. They really had to do was tell laptop manufacturers to stop making bad laptops.
Right, yeah, yeah, totally.
The Surface stuff all rules. Like if they had like started doing that a little earlier and did it a little better sooner, then
Yeah,
I think
I don't
they'd be
know,
in a much
man.
better spot.
The one jacked video that we recorded on your Surface Book does not suggest to me that the Surface Book
That was
is
because you restarted
awesome.
the thing.
Okay, fair. You're right.
Yeah. What there was so that we during when we were at the content cabin, we recorded a Halo video that got all fucked up, and it was recorded on my laptop, which is not something we normally do. But Kylie had pressed the reset button on our recorder, which I think always fucks up the video.
No, I had reset the Xbox.
Reset the
after
Xbox.
It started recording.
Okay, so because we have that test video, and that test video is fine, and that was before you reset the Xbox, and then the video is fucked up.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm claiming this is not my fault. Couldn't say whose fault it was.
Yeah. You know what? If there's one thing we can agree on, there it is.
Is that no one can figure out whose fault this is.
Hey, listen, we're all trying to find the guy who did this.
Have you still not seen that whole show?
I might have.
You gotta watch.
They only
that
did
whole
one
thing.
season, right?
It's like 6 episodes or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I watched it all.
Unbelievable. We're
It's
talking
pretty good, yeah.
about I Think You Should Leave. It is so tough to make a good sketch comedy show.
True.
And that might be the best. That might be the strongest single season of a sketch comedy show ever made, I think.
Well, I agree. It's a very funny show. The one thing I will say is that
Comedy show.
it feels like the main guy. What's his name? Do you know?
Tim Robbins? Is that
Is it? Mm.
Tim Robbins?
Oh,
No.
okay. No.
No.
Okay.
I think I'm Tim Robinson.
Tim Robinson.
Yeah. Tim
Uh,
Robbins' kid.
maybe this is just like Tim Robinson's like comedy writing style, but a lot of the skits end up feeling very samey to me. It's like a
Oh,
really
really?
funny joke format, but I think it gets reused a lot. But other than that, it is like a very funny show.
I don't think that there's I think that they have a theme. I think that they share common themes, but I don't think any of the jokes are samey.
Okay.
I think there's a lot
Like
of the same kind of tone. There's like a
sure.
lot of the show is about a guy who's losing it. Which I think you can get
pretty
6
much.
episodes out of a guy who's losing it. I mean, that's what
That's what
all
I mean, like-
premier TV dramas have been for the last decade.
Totally. Yeah. Like I just feel like I'm not sure I need a second season of that show, but it is good. Maybe if it was another like 6 episodes is not a lot, so I
Yeah.
could take another
Yeah.
6-episode season.
And
What
and
I
part of
really
the-
want, what I actually want, is another season of Detroiters.
Oh,
I
I
don't
still
know
haven't
if that's
seen
gonna happen.
Detroiters.
Good.
I love
So
that
good.
guy from
and that's
Detroiters,
the problem.
though. Who's the dude
Yeah.
that's in Detroiters?
It's that guy.
No, No, the other dude.
It's
He was the guy in the babies in the baby sketch.
Yes.
Who's-
I also don't know his name, unfortunately, but it's a very good show.
he was
Detroiters is
in-
great.
Sam Richardson. That's his name, Sam Richardson.
Okay. Yeah.
Sam Richardson was also in a show.
Wait. Wait. What was it?
Sam Richardson.
Sam Richardson and Tim Robinson. Those are two similar
sons.
Those are the same name. That's just like when
It's
people
when you
say
translate a name into another language and then translate it back.
no, that happened with me, and I translated Kyrie, and it was the same in Japanese, and I just went like, yeah, that makes sense.
Sam Richardson was in Champagne Ill, which was a YouTube show, and that was
Okay.
pretty good. That also had Adam Pally in it, who I like. We all know Adam Pally.
Good. We all like shows.
We all like
Hey,
shows.
You know what show I've been watching? That's a funny show. But
The other two.
The other two.
Yeah, the other two. That's another good
that-
show that I watched last year. So
Is that
maybe you
is
watched
that
it.
still on?
They did one season and supposedly they're going to do another season. But
Can I tell you the insane way that I watched the other two?
oh, you did watch the other two. That's fun.
Yeah. This is very weird way. I was just watching a different YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like I was just watching somebody like do a deep dive on why Batman v Superman sucks or whatever it was. But then one of the videos had an ad, and the ad was literally the ad was the first episode of the other two.
Oh my god.
So it just played, and I was just like, I just watched it because it was good.
Yeah, it was good. I am a.
It was.
Yeah. That's so weird that the whole thing.
Yeah,
played.
it was just like, hey, check out. Hey, here's the other two. Don't just watch it, and I
Yeah.
did.
I'm a big fan of Drew Tarver, so I saw that he was in a show and was like, I'll watch that show, and so I watched the first episode, and I was like, probably also on YouTube actually, and I was like, oh, this is really funny. I love Drew Tarver, and so I bought the season somewhere and watched it through.
Cool.
If
Yeah,
anyone hasn't seen it or heard of it, I don't think it's a show that got a lot of
No.
attention. Although it totally should have, I think.
Yeah.
It's
And
one of the
that's why
better comedies that came out in the last five or 6 years.
That's why I always felt guilty about not watching more of that show, was because like I waited to see if I would hear about it from anyone else ever, and never did, and just went, no, I guess it never.
No, it was
caught on.
it was really good. It's geez, who is it? Drew Tarver and Helene York, I think. And they basically they play the older siblings of a Justin Bieber. They're like failed actors and musicians whose then younger brother became extremely YouTube famous and now are spiraling out of control, dealing with their younger brother's immense fame. It is really, really good. I recommend it. I also recommend.
Man, yeah.
I also recommend watching all the Drew Tarver comedy Bang Bang episodes because those also are great.
Cool. I've been watching Nailed It on Netflix.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a fun baking show.
Well,
Baking
I don't know that
show.
it's a baking show.
It is. It's a show on which people bake. They attempt
That's
to bake.
true. People
It is
bake
an
on the
attempt-
show.
It's an attempt to baking show.
Yes, that's what it is. It's an attempt to baking show.
Yeah, like baking competition for people who explicitly have no skill at all at baking things, and they have to, like Pinterest style, try to recreate some incredible professional like cake design.
Yeah.
And hilarity ensues, and
Nicole Byer's
Most-
everywhere right now.
yeah, Nicole Byer hosts it, and she's just fucking hilarious.
She's really funny.
It's just finally the cooking show. Like I love cooking shows. They always just take it a tad too seriously for me, and finally there's a show that takes it with treats it with the exact amount of seriousness it deserves.
I would honestly, I want a show that's in between a regular cooking show and Nailed It.
Okay.
In terms of seriousness, I would in a world where only two can exist, the ultra serious cooking show, Nailed It, and something in between. I would like those two things to be Nailed It and the mysterious in between thing that doesn't exist.
Sure. I just, Nicole Byer's performance on this show, I think is like something that speaks to me deeply, where she's like everything she has to do and say, like in an official capacity as the show host, she kind of does in like this sort of cruise control sort of way.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it reads to everybody, but it reads to somebody like me that she's clearly doing the like give as little effort as possible. This is cruise control effort. I'm just going to it is like a deep facetiousness that comes with all of her hosting that I really appreciate.
There's you can see where she has the most fun because it's where she tries the hardest.
What do you mean?
She does she is more interested. You can tell that she's more interested in some parts of the show than others, and doing the regular sort of hosting things isn't one of those things.
Oh, sure.
It's like talking to the contestants and like looking at the cakes and trying all the bad-looking food. that genuinely seems to be fun for her. It's not being like, and we'll be right back. Well, I guess they don't do that because it's Netflix. But whatever the regular hosting thing is, where it's like, I mean, who's a? I'm trying to think of an example besides us.
I just love that I feel like she manages to make those parts of the show that I would normally hate really funny because I just love the way she does it. It is like a very madcap tone that she adopts. It's interesting.
Yeah. She has a madcap tone in by default. I think she's got that madcap tone.
That's kind of what I love. But they have like they sometimes they give out like a power-ups on this show essentially, and like sometimes the ability is like Nicole will go and bother your opponents for 3 minutes,
scream in your opponent's face,
and you can just see it's just like you can see how incredibly naturally it comes to her. She's just like this.
She has big younger sister energy.
Absolutely. Oh, it's very good. I love that show.
Yeah, it's the kind of show that I can't watch a lot of it at a time. It's something like I want to watch 3 episodes and then I don't really feel like watching it for another like 6 months. not for any reason other than I think it's guest based. Like sometimes what I want out of that show is to have like the third guest be a funny comedian who's like
Mm,
joking around with Nicole Byer. And then
yeah.
sometimes I want it to be like a serious cake person who's
But
forced to be on this ridiculous show.
but it
And
is.
what's that?
It's both of those things.
What? No, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes I want one of those things, and sometimes I want the other. And there's usually like sets. Like there's an entire
Yeah.
5-episode run where it's only comedian
Oh.
guests. And by the end of the only comedian guests run, I'm like, can they get someone serious on here to be off put by this? And then by the end of 5 episodes of that, I'm like, can they please get someone funny to play along with this bit?
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a criticism to make other than that the show does big chunks of different kinds of guests, and I wish it was varied a little bit more. Like, hey, this one's got Sam Richardson in it, and this
Right.
one's got some serious chef. The next episode has some serious chef.
This one's got Don Bradman, and this one's got John Jimson.
Love that French guy though, right?
Jim Johnman.
We can all agree that we love Jacques.
He's fun. Jacques, what was it? I forget. Like, was it like Buteau or something?
I don't know his last name, but
I'll
the
say what
degree
I
to which
think-
he kind of starts to really like the show by the second season is really fun for me.
Oh yeah, I guess I've been Cousteau.
Cousteau.
Was
Was that real?
Kai 11 in the chat? I don't know.
That's
Oh right, it's because of the thing. Never mind. Ha ha ha! Very funny, Kai 11. Get out of here.
Get out of here, Jacques
Ugh.
Torres.
Ah,
That's
Jacques
his
Torres.
Jacques Torres.
Yeah, I just in my mind just went to Cousteau. Basically, is what happened.
Yeah.
because
it's the
of
only
Jacques.
Jacques.
I think my problem with the guest thing is just that.
Okay, let's tear into
What
this.
I like about the show is that it's only 2 rounds, and I think they keep it to 30 minutes, which I think it's a good pace for a lighthearted baking show like that one.
Yeah.
But one guest per episode leaves 0 room for the guest. Like there was granted, I think they got better at producing the show as they went on, but I was just watching season 1 and they had Lauren Lapkus on, and she got to make like 2 jokes, and like that was it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and that's the thing about it's Netflix. It can just be 38 minutes.
It can just be 38 minutes.
Just make it 8 minutes longer, or like because even some of the of the editing of the show goes by a little too quick for me. Like they always show the person who's having the most trouble asking for advice. But everyone gets to ask for advice, right? That's part of the thing.
Yeah, you don't get to see all the advice. That's true.
You only ever see one per episode.
I didn't notice that until like the most recent episode I watched was like, oh wait, they all get a button, right? How did I forget that? And I guess I didn't notice they only ever showed one.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
if they gave themselves 5 or 8 more minutes, they could show more of that stuff, which I genuinely do want to know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't actually just want to see these people fail. I
Right.
do want to see them trying their best.
Well, that's what's so great about it is that it's a lighthearted show about. It's mostly about people. It's about people doing their best in a competition where the odds are obviously stacked against them in a hilarious way. So like no one's taking it that seriously. But you also do, there are actual like baking experts there to actually tell you about this stuff. But it does occur to me, maybe the reason they cut out some of the helping is just because the advice they give is already covered by the voiceover that they do, like from the judges table during the baking.
Yeah, but that there's never an interesting second or third bit of advice, like ever. Maybe that is true, but I do want to say the flip side of this is the overwhelming sense that I that how are they doing so bad?
Right,
How
yeah,
are they
that's the
how are they
well,
as bad at following directions as this?
well, that's the thing is because they have to submit a video of themselves baking.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we would never get on the show because
We're already
we
yeah.
would test our cake with a toothpick, and they would go, "Nah, they know the
They
toothpick
know the
thing. Don't let
toothpick
them on the
thing.
show."
Yeah. There's never is that sense of uh did you saw the one with the or I think this guy came back. There's that cop who just is
Oh,
fundamentally
fuck.
unable to read directions and he's just like oh my
Yeah,
god.
please,
Honestly, some
please,
of the best anti-cop shit I've ever seen
God,
just watching
yeah,
this guy
please get a
try to
shot of
be.
my face being shocked that a police officer is like is, as you say, functionally incapable of following the simplest instructions.
Not just incapable, unwilling to follow instructions. Outward will saying like I
A,
can figure it out and then
a deep innate distrust of the idea that following the instructions could lead to a positive outcome.
twice because he came back and was like, I'm serious this time. I'm really going to give it my all. And guess what? I still am not going to follow the directions. I'm going to microwave fire.
That's so funny. There was a guy on who was like a pastor and for a Christmas episode, and the first thing he said was uh the first thing I'm gonna do is read the entire recipe start to finish before I do anything, and I like stood and applauded.
Well, to that point, so in the chat, someone says, yeah, I thought that was the whole point. They're especially bad at baking. Okay, but
Yeah.
if like 10 grand was on the line, take your time. Do better. Like, if I was normally bad at following instructions, but I knew I was going to be on a show where I could win $10,000 by being slightly
Well,
better than usual at following instructions, I would spend the intervening time practicing.
Keith,
Yeah.
I think this just proves that who is ever in charge of casting for Nailed It
Is amazing.
is good at their job.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like they're picking the right people.
Maybe they have to sign I won't practice baking clause.
I
I
bet
won't
that's
watch
true.
baking cuz
I bet that's true.
I could I'm not a good baker. I'm a good cook. I will say that I am a good I'm a good cook that makes good cooked food. But I'm not a good baker. But if you said, "Hey, how much money's on the line?
Oh.
How much do they win? Is it 10,000?"
It is 10,000.
If there was $10,000 on the line and
Yeah.
I had even 2 months, I could be a good baker.
Right.
You
Yeah.
need 2
They
months to
must.
practice making cake.
They absolutely must like bar them from practicing baking. I feel like.
But how
I
would
mean,
they
not
even
that
do
not that
that?
you could get, not that you could actually like prevent that, but I think they just ask people to do that for the sake of the show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but
Like I'm going to
I just
preserve the integrity of Nailed It to potentially lose out on 10 grand. Yeah, right.
yeah. I just baked yesterday, Keith.
How was that? Oh, I saw that.
Baked
I
and then
saw you
got
mad that
baked, am
people
I
didn't
right?
like your weed picture enough, but I couldn't even tell that was weed.
Yeah, I figured that's what happened.
Yeah, it just
But well, it was just I figured you would I figured somebody would see some weird green stuff in a weird like configuration of cooking that they weren't used to seeing, and then some brownies and go, green stuff, brownies.
I
Got
can
it.
tell you what I thought. I saw the green stuff and then I saw the brownie box and I was like, what does that green stuff got to do with those brownies? And then I was like, I don't know.
Fair.
She probably knows what she's doing.
Fair. Anyways, yeah, I made some pop brownies.
How did that go?
They were, the brownies themselves, tremendous. Just too weak. Didn't really do it for me.
Really?
Bummer.
Then
Yeah.
I should have one because I bet it would be perfect.
Yeah, maybe.
That's pretty much the I've had one bad edible experience, but in terms of like success rate to bad times,
Mm-hmm.
I no form of weed has a better win ratio than edibles for me.
See, for me, I consider not getting as high as I wanted to get as a failure, that's a loss against the win ratio for me, and so I feel like edibles have a pretty high, or I should say a pretty low win ratio for
Oh,
me.
I never get not as high as I want on an edible.
Great.
It's never
Uh,
happened.
but I have been having more edibles recently, and I've been enjoying it more than I have in the past. So, yeah, edibles are good. I just need to put more weed in them next time, I guess.
Yeah, just put
I
more
mean,
weed in
because
there.
it's possible I did not, properly extract the cannabinoids into the
Mm.
oil, but
Mm.
I feel this is highly unlikely because I baked them at a low temperature in the oven ahead of time to decarboxylate them, which means to activate the cannabinoids, which are heat activated
Yep.
in the flour,
Yep.
and then I double boiled them in some coconut oil to extract the cannabinoids into the coconut oil for about like like 4 hours, which is
Wow.
like even longer than you need to, they say. So
Is it possible? Is it possible that you cooked off some of the cannabinoids
I mean,
and that
I
they
think
activated too fully?
it is possible. But I mean, I shouldn't say it is. I believe that it is, but I don't I think the double boiling thing, because boiling water is at that consistent temperature, I don't think there's really a risk of that with the double boiling, but I could be wrong. Uh,
Yeah,
I
I don't
do
know.
now I do now have a bunch of oily leftover weed that may or may not have any active cannabinoids left in it.
Can you smoke that?
I see. I don't know. Like no,
No.
because you would be burning the coconut oil, which would be turning into smoke. You would just be like inhaling this totally acrid
Well,
smoke
I'm
that was
thinking
intolerable.
I'm thinking that it's possible that the suspended, and I'm not, you know this, I'm not a professional weed smoker. It's possible that the suspended cannabinoids would vaporize within the coconut oil before excuse me, before the
Hmm.
smoking point of the oil itself.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. So I suppose it's possible. Like I
Richard
said,
Carter
that's
says if the oil temp goes over 200, there is a chance of it cooking out the cannabinoids. And I'm going to say that a slow
hmm.
cooker double boiler will reach over 200 because it boils at
Hmm.
212. And with the lid
Hmm.
off, it was keeping that heat in. I mean, sorry, with the lid on, it was keeping that heat in. So it seems like you may have cooked off
Hmm.
some of your cannabinoids.
May have cooked off some of my cannabinoids.
Thank you, Richard, for saying that I was right about weed. That's
Yeah. See,
rare.
the
That's
the
rare for
problem
me.
the problem I ran into is I wanted to do a slow cooker method. But the thing was, I was only trying to make less than a cup of oil, which would be a very small amount to try to cook properly in even my instant pot on slow cooker mode. So I went for double boiling it in a Pyrex 2 cup measuring cup, and
Yeah,
that it worked very well. But
right.
yeah, I think it was on a pretty high boil the whole time,
It
so
was a rolling boil. I could see.
it wasn't that. I don't think it was boiling that much for most of the time, but yeah, I suppose it is possible I boil a lot of the stuff off.
Um, I would recommend lowering that temp. I
Yeah.
mean, because if 200 is the max, then you probably don't even need to boil that water.
Oh, the
Just
the
keep it at like
clear.
190.
Yeah, I think the clear answer. Well, see, the problem is that don't have the ability.
Can't set a temp.
I wasn't using a water boiling method that's built into the instant pot. I was using the saute method, which just mimics like a stove top. So there's just like a low, normal, high setting.
Okay.
Um,
Because
maybe
you're does it have
the
a
low
does it
setting
have
might do it.
a temperature
But
thing, or were you just in a different mode?
Right. So it does have a slow cooker mode. So the thing I'm just going to do next time is just use more weed to make more oil, and so that I can just use the slow cooker mode, and that should avoid the whole issue.
Okay. Yeah.
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 The other thing you could do, I bet you could do this in an oven. You can double boil in an oven. Just set it to 190, 195, something like that.
Huh. I mean, theoretically, once I decarb the weed in the oven, I could even just infuse it by literally just like putting it in some oil at room temperature for like a week or two, but that seems dumb.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just put the oil in while it's in the oven, and just bake the oil and the weed together at like 190.
Hmm.
That's what I mean, I've literally never done this. So, and the only edibles that Isaac has ever made are
Could you sous vide it? Probably.
yeah, probably, yeah,
I
totally.
don't see why not.
I mean, you could, except for that it's like a
I don't have
$200 for a sous vide
yeah,
machine.
I don't have a sous vide.
I love sous vide. Sous vide is one of not just because it makes good food. I love that it's got the fancy French name, right?
Mhm.
But really it's just like you put a you put a hot stick in a tub of water.
Yeah, it's just a controlled boil.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's not a boil because
Right,
it's because you bag the food up, but it's like
It's sub boiling.
it's a
It is kind of
controlled
fancy.
it's a controlled temperature. Well, I mean, but the look of it is extremely low rent. I mean, it's
Right,
like
yeah.
a plastic bin full of water and you have your food in a little bag and you have a stick that makes the water hot. It's very
Yeah.
funny.
It looks like, have you ever seen one of those terrifying looking bird bath warmers?
No.
I I had never heard of this before,
To make
but
hot birds? Is this to make hot birds?
It's to keep your bird bath from freezing in the winter.
Okay.
Uh, but so it was just, I think so when I was delivering oil to people's houses, I think someone just had this in one of their bird baths always, but it was like, it was like an inch thick cable practically connected to this big metal ring that's just like sitting in the water. It basically looked like you were gonna die of electrocution if you touched the bird bath. It was terrifying.
uh Yeah, get that for your weed.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah,
I'll
just get
that.
one of those. Do we have anything else before we start this game?
Uh,
We could go a few
no,
more minutes.
hang on. I guess all I'll say is because I maybe didn't I don't feel, I probably didn't do it proper justice last week, but I am now living essentially in Boston, in Somerville, Massachusetts, and I'm loving it over here. It slaps.
Yeah, Boston's fun. It's slapping over there.
Boston's it's slapping over
Yeah.
here.
I
There's
famously don't love Boston.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things I don't like about it at all, but I would much rather live there than on the Cape.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, if my perspective was living in Boston from living in the Cape, I would love Boston.
Yeah. I live a 5-minute walk from an Anna's Taqueria, which is right next to a Chipotle that's across the street from like another one of those kinds of burrito places.
Oh,
Uh,
Migos?
Los Amigos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw your tweet about them.
Yeah, I tweeted something about Davis Square and then randomly got a like from a taqueria in Davis Square because they just searched for Davis Square and then advertised to me, and I was like, nah, fuck you, you got me. I will totally try a burrito that's down the street from me.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine, and I won't probably eat there again because Anna's is around the corner. Come on.
Right. Yeah. Davis Square. Is there a little theater on Davis Square?
There's a little theater on
Love
Davis
that
Square.
Love that
That's
theater.
you know what? I haven't properly taken that in because it's closed right now because of the pandemic.
Right.
But what that does mean is that they haven't changed the movie posters in the window, so every day I get to walk past a Knives Out poster that's right next to a Parasite poster.
I've been there a few times. That's where I saw The Room for the first time. I went
Ooh.
to a screening of The Room there in high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'm gonna love being down the street from this movie theater.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel like I've outgrown thinking The Room is interesting.
Oh, oh, well, I think I've just come around to thinking that The Room is interesting
Really?
about because I still haven't seen it, but at this point
Really?
yeah. But at this point I have seen a number of videos that are like whatever, like deconstructing it.
What?
And I
But
think
you
that's
haven't
been
seen the
I don't Keith, I don't know why I'm like this, but in the past 2 or 3 years, I've learned that I like watching videos where people talk about movies more than actually watching the movies.
You should learn you should parlay that into watching the
I'm
movies.
I'm just like this. Sometimes,
Um
occasion I listen,
the
I have a roommate who will watch stuff with me now, so maybe I'll be watching a lot more stuff.
I had so when I was in high school, I saw The Room for the first time at the theater at Davis Square,
Mhm.
and I loved it. And then this was sort of right before a couple years before the sort of viral peak of The Room,
Sure.
and so I feel like I was inundated with The Room shit for a long time, and I was
Gotcha.
kind of just like, and then I tried to watch it again with some friends a couple years later, and I was just like, I'm not
Mhm.
interested. This isn't fun to watch twice. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like this isn't like this movie was really fun to watch in a theater with a bunch of people, but it wasn't fun to watch a second time in a on a little TV with my friends.
Mhm.
Um, uh, it's just there's only one bad movie that is good enough to watch multiple times, and that's House of the Dead by Uwe Boll. The best bad movie ever made. The most fun, most watchable shitty movie. Um,
Isn't that the one where Tara Reid pronounces Newfoundland as Newfoundland
no, that is
when she's supposed to be like an archaeologist?
I think that might be the sequel to House of the Dead.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he made two of them. This one is the one that takes place during the Sega rave on the Island of the Dead.
Okay.
Anyway, I would never tell anyone that hasn't seen The Room, don't bother watching The Room. It's not fun or interesting. It's just that I watched it in 2008 or 2009,
Right.
and it then became extremely all over the place and became like a movie that people wouldn't stop talking about around me. And I was just like, come on, I I can't just spend 4 years people talking about a movie that I thought wasn't interesting the second time I saw it. But
Mm-hmm.
everyone should watch it one time.
It
Uh,
sure it sure seems that way.
yeah,
I really think The Room is interesting as an examination of like The Room as a a piece of fiction about a romantic relationship ending from the perspective of someone who fundamentally doesn't understand why their relationships keep ending.
yeah, yeah,
That part of it is really fascinating to me because, like, Tommy Wiseau's character is just like this perfect guy who loves his girlfriend and gets her gifts all the time, and she's just like literally like does not follow any logical thought and just hates him and is constantly trying to destroy him.
yeah, yeah. Well,
And yeah,
it's also the other half of it is that he also fundamentally doesn't understand movies.
right.
It's not just that he's like it's a filmmaker who doesn't understand relationships.
Hmm.
It's also a guy who doesn't know how movies go. Which is very funny. Cuz it's like if you
Or like
hired
it's
an architect to make a skyscraper, but he didn't know what a skyscraper was, and he also wasn't an architect. like, like part of the problem is that he doesn't know what a skyscraper is, but really, even if he did, he couldn't put anything together. I think Crunchy in the chat says, same Kylie, I don't have any interest in movies, but I'll totally watch videos about them. I would say that is having an interest in movies, and I think that there's got to be a way to get
I
into
wouldn't say
actually
I'm
watching
not
movies from
interested in
there.
movies. Well, yeah, like I said, I like watching things with people. I just get too bored. My brain doesn't like it. Why does my
You're
brain
not
not
watching the
get
right
bored?
movies.
That's not true. Why does my brain not get bored watching someone talk about a movie?
I don't
It's just
know.
how it do. It's just how it do.
There's
That's
just
that's why when I was a kid and I first listened to a DVD commentary, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the way to watch a movie."
if you can. I'm saying it to all the non-movie watchers out there, if you can accidentally spend 2 hours looking at Twitter and then go, "Oh, how did I spend 2 hours looking at Twitter?" You could watch a movie.
It's true. Hey, listen, about the trouble I have with subtitles and anime subtitles. In the past like week or two, I watched 19 or 20 episodes of a subtitle only anime.
Oh, which one?
Space Runaway Idion.
Ooh, you should watch Demon Slayer. That's a good one with subtitles. It came out last year.
Okay.
That's a
Well,
good one.
I'm working on this because I'm going to be on Great Gundam Project at the end of the month, and they're going to be 35 episodes into Space Runaway Idion, and they were like, don't worry about catching up. You can just sit that part out. And I was like, no.
So you watched 35 episodes of it?
I will have at some point. It's really
20.
good. So
Okay.
it's good and also fun. I think I've been watching it with my new roommate who's very cool, and I think it took them like 15 episodes to admit that they liked the show.
Are they not an anime person?
They are an anime. It's a weird show. It was the show that the Gundam creator made after the first Gundam show got canceled, and it got canceled again for all the same reasons, which was like it was a show that was sort of like a drier kind of galaxy-brained sci-fi story, but they were like marketing it to a toy to children, so like it was kind of a mismatch.
Like a lot of those shows are like funded by toy companies.
Yeah. Well, just once
not
they
in the
realized
secret way that American TV shows are, but in like a weirdly explicit way, where it's like
totally.
where like toy companies will be like, "I've got $2 million. Who's got a show idea?" Or I said 2 million, but really it's probably more like 80 million. I don't know what TV costs.
Who knows at this point?
We finished Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, wait, let's talk about that in a second. But I will say, Ideon, I guess, is one of those shows that like inspired a lot of anime later. So it's kind of like a proto Evangelion, which makes it really interesting. They have a truck Megazord.
It's sort of like the Velvet Underground of anime.
A little bit, yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Not everyone who saw it.
Yeah,
not everyone saw it, but everyone who did made an anime.
Made a mecha anime.
That's always a funny. I always found that quote. I always found that quote about Velvet Underground really funny because it's just not true. Like, like millions of people listened to them. They didn't all start bands. Like a lot of people found them influential.
It's not literal though, but it expresses an idea.
It does. I just think it's a poorly expressed idea.
I think the reason that quote has stuck around for so long is that it's a well-expressed idea.
I think that we can think of plenty of quotes that have stuck around plenty long but are total horseshit. Much more horseshit than the Velvet Underground quote. I
cannot tell a lie, and you're wrong about this.
Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, finished Dragon Ball Z. Finished the Boo saga. It's only my second time, I think, watching the Boo saga. I've seen some of it twice. How does what?
You know what? I think I've only watched it once, and then I listened to All Systems Goku, and I'm right up at that point in the manga. But yeah, I think I've only fully experienced it once.
It's good. I think it's good.
Yeah,
I think
it's
the
not
Boo saga
bad.
is good. I remember feeling worse about it as a kid.
I think it brought a lot of changes to the show that were hard to appreciate at the time,
Yeah.
and two, just were genuinely questionable in a way that like we've had time to get over.
Yeah. And
Like Kid Trunks full on blows. Like no one likes Kid
no,
Trunks.
nope.
Get
Kid
out of
Trunks and
here.
Kid Goten are the best. That
Oh, Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
where I've never even heard that people don't like Kid Trunks before.
Okay.
What is not to like about Kid Trunks?
Does anyone in the chat not like Kid Trunks and Goten? Anyone? They're just annoying and stupid. I don't
No,
know.
you're wrong. They're
All
hilarious
right.
and sweet.
Seatbelts in the chat says I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're totally wrong.
Fucking Paul says Gotenks his favorite character. Of course it would be. Devbot loves Kid Trunks and Goten. I'm surrounded by idiots. Get out of here.
You haven't. When was the last time you even saw an episode with Kid Trunks in it?
I read some
Did you?
manga.
Oh, did you fucking
I
hear?
read some manga
Oh,
earlier
did Dan
this year.
fucking Reichert say Kid Trunks is annoying, and now you fucking hate Kid Trunks?
What? What?
From All Systems Goku, you said you listened to All Systems Goku, so I assume that the last people you
No,
heard talk about this were Dan Reichert and Jeff Gerstmann saying Kid Trunks was annoying.
Fuck, shut the fuck up. I literally am trying to say I read the manga recently.
Well, I don't know how the manga is different. What?
It's not.
What could the manga is different than the show? What are you talking about?
I mean,
it's famous. I feel like it's famously different.
get out of here.
What could Kid Trunks have possibly done to you?
Get out of here.
What could Kid Trunks have possibly done besides being, a slightly rude but genuinely good best friend to Goten, who's perfect?
Holy shit. I just don't like it. I don't like them as I don't like them as kids. I don't like them as they are used in the show. I will not
Well,
eat
the
it
worst part
in a
about
box
them,
with a fox. I will not eat it on a train.
the worst part about them is a Goku decision to not defeat Boo when he had the chance because
I know.
Goten and Trunks can probably do it.
If you want to talk about the real bad thing about the Boo saga, is it's when I think the best things about the Boo saga came from Akira Toriyama fully deciding he didn't give a shit anymore. I think all the worst things about the Boo saga also came from that same thing.
That's probably true. I'm gonna say so the worst thing is that's the thing about this. Like, at some point,
SF Gray agrees with me.
At some point, who cares? At some point, Goku off camera decides, I gotta stop saving the world. Someone else has to do this. Not for any other reason except for that someday someone will have to do it but me, which is a fair idea. But what he does from that is he intentionally stops trying to get strong enough to beat Cell and just makes Gohan do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he dies.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, you said we were talking about whether or not Goku was a good father, and I was like, he spent a lot of time dead. Like, that's why he wasn't around for to raise Goten. But you said that he could have come back at any time, which wasn't necessarily true.
It was.
No, they had come up with some plan to figure out how to get him to be able to be wished back. Yeah. And he was like, don't worry about it. But technically, by the rules of the Dragon Balls, wasn't supposed to be wished back.
Okay, but like I said, they found a way that he could come back to life, and he was like, no, it's more dangerous for the Earth for me to be alive.
That's a pretty fair thing to say. Everything that happened to the Earth was his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
Well, it's not his fault, but it was because he was there.
Dr. Gero would have made those androids.
No, because Dr. Gero was motivated by Goku. He was motivated by Kid Goku
Keith,
destroying the Red Ribbon Army.
Ooh, sorry, Keith. I guess I just think #Goku did nothing wrong. I don't know.
Listen.
Goku did nothing wrong except when it comes to parenting.
Listen,
you can't make your child grow up missing one of their parents if you can reasonably avoid it.
But we're talking about the fate of that same child in a potential earth-destroying disaster.
Now we have BB Alpert bringing up hashtag Piccolo's Gohan's real dad.
I also find so that's part of what I have been keeping in mind while watching the show is the sort of like meme take that Goku's a bad dad and Piccolo's his real father, and even Vegeta's a better father than Goku. And I have found none of those things to be true. I think the interesting thing about Piccolo and Gohan's relationship is not that they have a father-son relationship, is that they have like a mutual friendship relationship, despite the fact that Gohan is like a literal child.
Okay,
like it's more like at best it's like a mentor. It's like a mentor thing, mentor friends.
So I agree with you that in our modern online culture, we love to memify everything, and like our impressions that we get from a piece of media often get compressed over time until they're like an idea that doesn't accurately reflect the reality. But also, I would say you have to remember the vast majority of people, I would say basically everybody these days, experiences Dragon Ball by either reading the manga or watching Kai, which I think is specifically different it is the most different specifically in these ways that you're bringing up, in like how good of a father Goku is and how heroic he is and stuff like that. He's quite selfish in the manga and he's not a good father.
I just can't imagine this story being written in a way that would change that so fundamentally.
You just don't ever get to see there's no downtime in the story at all. So you just don't ever see Goku being a father. But you do see him leaving for huge periods of time all the time, and not always for reasons that were 100% necessary. So when you read the manga, you are forced to come to the conclusion that he is a bad dad.
And then well, okay, but then the secondary take on top of that somehow Vegeta is a better dad is just unbelievable.
That one's a little tougher. He did literally punch Trunks in the face.
He punched Trunks. And I'm willing to say that punching a kid in the face is a little bit different when the kid is a mega superhero. Like,
it is different.
Like it looks bad. I'm not going to argue that punching a kid in the face is a bad look. But like this is a kid that could blow up the solar system. Like Trunks could genuinely blow up the whole solar system.
Yeah, probably.
Easily. I mean, we're talking Master Roshi could blow up the Earth.
You sure about that?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I think that like canonically, power levels are such horseshit, but your power level only needs to be like 150 to be able to blow up a planet. The first thing he does is blow up that mountain.
That can't be true.
Yeah, no, it's true. There's the one of the interesting things that Dragon Ball Z does, and it has
Boop and Doop says, I didn't realize they were all dads. Oh yeah, they're dads, baby.
The
Dragon Ball cast, a bunch of dads.
There are a bunch of dads, yeah. Well, one of the interesting things is like how seeing these characters be different over time, or like how they're different or not different over time. I mean, essentially Goku has the exact same personality as when he's a 10-year-old boy, which is sometimes really interesting, and sometimes it's not important.
Yeah.
But
it's just hard. It's also hard to escape the feeling that it is like this manga for boys that's like glorifying being an adult child and never maturing.
Yeah. But that's like everything that's
I know.
Every piece of media is like
I
that.
know.
And that's not to say that doesn't have some merit. What does society value in adults in adulthood that's so good?
Yeah.
But so you can't the show is never able to take the speed and power of the characters seriously, because when they do, or if they do, it would just be like total destruction. And
right.
So there's that scene in Dragon Ball, right? It's like in the first or second tournament in original Dragon Ball where
When he blows up the
Krillin
moon.
and what's that?
When Roshi blows up the moon?
No. When although he does blow up the moon, which is pretty close to blowing up a planet.
It's, it's not,
Right?
I'm just saying I don't know if we could take down the Earth. I don't know that we have confirmation of that.
So, but this is a different illustration of this. Is Krillin and Roshi are fighting, and they're both extreme or Krillin is way weaker than he ever is at any point in Dragon Ball Z during this arc. And they do like the audience can't keep up with them thing, and it's
Right.
like 1 second of shown fight, and then the announcer's like, what just happened? And they do a pantomime of what happened in that 1 second of fighting, and it's like a 2-minute thing of all of these different things that happened in that flash of a second, which shows that
like the characters literally say, "Here's what we did in this."
Yeah, and they
1
act it
second."
out in
Yeah,
slow-mo.
right.
And so, like, anytime we see anything happening, it's mediated through the idea that if they actually showed how a fight between these people would go, it would be unviewable. We're watching it in a different kind of time.
What's your point?
It's that the show can't take power levels seriously. Is basically the point. We're watching in a mediated version of time and a mediated version of story. Like when Goku can't.
I think the characters. I don't think the show can't take their power seriously. I think the idea is that they're just always restraining themselves from blowing up the planet that they're on. That's the thing they're doing.
Well, there is that. But I think that's the same thing. We're watching. We're like. The characters are restraining themselves as the in-fiction justification for the show having to not work on the level that they have said should be happening. It's sort of like there's like when Gohan it's like a flashback and Gohan is gonna crash into a tree as a child because his stroller fell down a hill or whatever. And Goku's like chasing after this stroller and like can't catch up to it. That's insane. The idea that Goku couldn't catch a runaway stroller is insane.
Yes, that is.
Or like as you know, when one of the pterodactyl things shows up and it's a problem. Like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Like, you just beat Boo. Like one of the pterodactyls that hangs out on their planet. Like one of the episodes right after Goku beat Boo, he's like, he can't save this egg that's balanced on a tree branch because the pterodactyls are getting angry and attacking him. And it's like, just be faster than them then. Like, they have to pretend in order to make the show make sense that...
see, this is all filler. I don't acknowledge.
No, that's not filler. That's not a filler episode. Wait, actually, that one is filler.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of non-filler versions of this. Anyway, I can't remember my initial point, but Roshi can totally blow up the Earth.
If I were a manga creator or an animator, I would simply choose not to make my fiction ever inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, it's not inconsistent. I'm not saying it's just a mediated it's like
You're just finding a more polite way to say inconsistent.
It's not. I mean, it's inconsistent if it's very easy to say that what they're doing is being inconsistent, but I think it's much more interesting to to take the things that are happening as intentionally abstract. Like the time is a really easy one. Like, the reason that we can see what's happening is because we're experiencing time from the frame of like the people fighting. We are experiencing their version of time, but then when the camera pulls back and we see like flash, 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 and it's the suggestion of we're then experiencing like Krillin watching the fight, his time. And I think that the power the power level thing happens in that same way, where it's like a mediated version of the strength. I don't know. Okay. You get my point.
I do get your point.
Start the game?
I think we can be done.
All
yeah.
Right. I gotta run to the bathroom and then we can start this game.
All right. I just want to say Dragon Ball never treated Videl right. Hashtag
That's
justice
true.
for
Oh,
Videl.
I watched the first 2 episodes of
Super.
Super, and she's just like wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
It sucks.
Yep. Yeah. There's
Oh,
like there's what's
oh
that?
no, no, you can finish your thought.
I forget if it was in Super or the Battle of Gods version of it. There was one part where Chi-Chi and Bulma are complaining about how much their husbands fight, and then they ask Videl to back them up, and she's like, well, I mean, we met because we were both martial artists, so no, I don't think I can be mad about that. And I was like, see, okay, that's the one reasonable thing anyone's ever said
Yeah,
about
yeah. I
this
mean,
show.
Chi is like is one of the worstly handled characters of all time. I mean, she's basically just written to be
Yeah,
a nag. It's terrible.
truly
All
bad.
right, be right back.
Okay. Paradox Persona says GT greater than Super. Don't at me. I will say I haven't finished Super, but I am not prepared to at you over that at this point. And yeah, we're gonna take a quick break and be back with Grounded Co-op, the game where you're the little kids in the backyard. You got Shrunks. Shrunks, kid Shrunks.
All right, let me open up this game.
I'm looking for my controller for some reason.
Is the reason because you can't find your controller?
Very funny, idiot.
Is the reason because you can't find your controller?
I dropped that controller, so it's dead to me now.
I do. When I
Wait, hang on 1 second. I'll be right back.
okay.
Keith.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. You find a controller?
What's up? I found a controller.
Okay. Is it an Xbox controller?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Is it an Xbox One controller?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds like
Yep.
you found the controller.
Yeah.
So I did have one last Dragon Ball Z point that this is the point I was trying to make. I remembered it when I was.
Oh,
going
we
to the bathroom.
live again?
Yeah, we're live. We never stopped being live.
I mean, but I muted because we went on break.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, we're live.
Okay. So we're back with Grounded.
We're back with Grounded. Grounded is a not new because it's not out yet, but I mean it's a newly early accessed title from Microsoft's Obsidian. It is a survival game, except you play as kids who've been shrunk down, Honey I Shrunk the Kids style.
Yes, I just discovered the actual name of this game right after you left, and that is Kid Shrunks. So that's what we're playing today.
And as we know, everyone loves Kid Shrunks.
Kid Shrunks.
Kid Shrunks.
With an S. I know it's a hard sound for me to make right now because I have no bottom teeth.
So I've got
in the front.
I've got a file that I've been playing.
Okay.
Do you want to start there?
I think I want to.
How, or do you want to start from the beginning? I'll say this: there's the beginning is cool because it shows you like a bunch of neat little things, but it's mostly tutorial and vibe. There's not like anything really that happens.
And where you are, you're still in the backyard?
Yeah, still in the backyard.
Oh, okay. I thought you said in the house. I was like, what?
No, I didn't say in the house.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So this game does not have an invite system.
Oh no.
So you can just you have to join me. I can't invite you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm loading in.
And both our game.
Yeah.
Join online game.
Little
Keith
frame.
Wise, there he is. Look at him. You know, I like all the characters in the game, but one of them is named Hoops.
Yeah.
So
Hoops is the bad. I'm Hoops.
What?
Yeah, I'm already Hoops.
You don't get to be Hoops. Get the fuck out of here.
I've always been Hoops.
You've never been Hoops.
I've always been Hoops. So where are you at? You probably spawned somewhere weird.
I'm loading.
Okay. Let's see where you spawn. So I played some of this game for fun before I decided that it might be fun to do as a stream, and a lot of the reason is just the way that they've captured the sense of scale. I'm gonna sneeze.
Release me.
Excuse me. The way, the sense of scale here, the as promised scale of You're a Kid Shrunk Down, just rules. It is so good. Okay, yeah, you spawned really far away.
Oh yeah. I'm small.
Yeah. So
I'm very small.
You're very small. So you've joined my game. And
wait, did we come in this little box?
Yeah,
what?
We can't. Yeah, yeah. So
why?
Check out. These are fine. Oh no, these are not fine. That's a soldier ant. They're not usually up here.
Let me take. I'm gonna pause for a quick second and try to get myself a little bit more game sound in my ears, if I can.
Whew. This soldier ant fucked me up.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Usually oh, my stuff is spoiled. My meat's spoiled.
Oh, right. Okay. Oops, I have my AC going and I forgot. My
Okay.
bad.
So I now have no health because there's not usually a soldier ant. So there's soldier ants. There's a worker ants. The worker ants are chill. They don't do shit to you. The soldier ants hate when I'm around.
Uh-oh.
This is my little house. So I guess now the thing that this stream will be. Oh, the stream quality looks really, really bad.
I'm back.
Does the stream quality look bad for anyone else, or is that just me? Oh, just on auto. Let's see. It autoed itself to like 144. I don't know why. You're back?
I'm back.
All right. So
look at this.
Spoiled food attracts bugs, so you don't want to put it in your house.
The like really intense soft focus on the skybox is very good.
Yeah. I think that this is a phenomenal looking game in terms of vibe.
Yeah. So where am I
Someone
going?
in the YouTube chat, please tell me how the stream quality is, because I upped the stream quality and I don't want it to. I mean, I'm.
So, is this like a infinite world survival game? Like we're just accepting the backyard is just infinite kind of thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I believe that this is a made world.
What is this electronic device I've discovered? This slaps.
Yeah, I already did that.
We've got some surface-mounted integrated circuits here.
So here's what you're missing. When I started, I had no recipes. You have access to all of my recipes because you're in my game.
Okay.
And so
I'm very far from you.
You are. So I think that's going to be the story of this stream, is we're going to have to work our way towards each other.
Water!
Careful, because
Yes!
that water probably isn't clean.
Uh-oh.
You can eat it. I mean, you can drink it. But it might fuck you up.
No, thank you. I love the distance in centimeters. That's
yeah,
really
it's
good.
really good. Yeah. Yeah, 200. This thing is 215 centimeters away. Okay. Let me craft a.
Ooh. Oh,
Okay.
Requires a chopping tool. How do I craft? Hot pouch. How do I craft?
So go to your inventory, and then there's a crafting menu.
How do I go to my inventory?
Tab
did it.
for me.
Oh, right. Craft. Got it. Cool.
So you're gonna want to have both streams open if you can, for people, because Kylie and I are in different places. Yeah. And one of us is going to see a spider first. Oh, okay. By the way, that's sort of been the story of this game. It's full of spiders, and if you have an arachnophobia, this game has like a really, really good like arachnophobia setting that will progressively make the spiders less spider-like, depending on what you can handle. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Huh? Hello.
Oh, you probably want that grub, huh?
I need materials for building, tools like sprigs and pebbles, and plant fibers. And I gotta weave some fibers.
So I assume you missed the science room.
I don't know.
There's like, okay, so the thing that you missed is that it starts you in that little room, right? And then on your way to that integrated circuit, I don't know how I played with my friend Natan, and Natan also missed this. There's like a little tent with like a science machine in there. And
I saw the tent.
Yeah, there's a thing inside there that you can use to like identify materials. So you'll pick something up off the ground. Okay. And you'll analyze it, and it'll be like, here's the sort of thing that you can build with that. But I already did that for a lot of the stuff that you can find.
Okay.
And you already have all of the recipes that I found. So that's like the thing that you're missing. And then also that integrated circuit thing is like a quest. It's like the only quest really in the game.
Ooh, you can build walls.
Yeah, you can build walls.
Did you there's boots. Nice eye patch.
Thank you.
Sorry about your eye.
It's fine. It's armor.
Well, that's good.
Look at that. You didn't see a spider anywhere over here, huh?
No.
Okay.
So do you want to turn on the arachnophobia settings?
No, that's what I was saying. I was
confused?
warning people. I'm not.
All right.
The best part of this game is how terrifying the spiders are when they show up.
Did
so
you
I'm
at
not
least
gonna
show off
and
the
I'm,
setting menu?
yeah.
Huh?
Can't you say? Can I show off the setting menu?
No, I'm just asking. Did you?
I did not. So arachnophobia
Well,
safe
I will
mode.
show
It
it.
goes 1 to 5, and okay, we can do a spider preview. So there's a
Yeah.
spider. There's a spider. There's one.
Spider preview.
It takes away 5 of the legs, and then on 2, it's like a floating orb with a
Yep.
head, and then it removes the fangs, and then it removes. It makes the head like goofy shaped,
Reshapes the head.
and then it takes off the textures.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
just like 2 white marshmallows with big eyes. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. I tweeted this earlier. As somebody who is not arachnophobic, I actually am more unsettled by the safe mode versions than the real spider, at least when it's a static image.
Yeah, that's fair.
But which I heard from somebody who said that they did have a fear of spiders and that they felt that the accessibility options was helpful, because I was glad to hear that, because I was a little bit like, is this actually helpful for people that are afraid of spiders, or is it just scarier? Because I think to me it's like my brain reads the regular spider as like scary but normal. It's a
Right.
spider. Whereas like my brain sees the legless floating orb and goes like, what is that?
Well, the thing about the leglessness is my understanding of people who are arachnophobic. It's mostly about the legs.
Right.
And the legs like skittering.
Right.
So.
And I said that I think the solution that they should enact to solve both the leg thing and my floating orb problem is they should give the spiders tank treads, just like Lupus from Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah, I think they could have gone a little bit.
I
it's
can't
tough.
figure out how to switch the item on my hotbar. I cannot figure out hotbar.
I can't help you. I'm on a keyboard. It's really easy on the keyboard. You go tab, and then you go to inventory, and then you just drag and drop anything in whatever order. Is there like a button?
Ooh, I'll just grab that right out of you. Sorry.
What did you?
That
Did
was
you throw? Yeah, you threw.
Literally threw an axe right into.
That's
you.
fine. Yeah, when I was playing this game, I was gonna give I gave my friend Natan a weapon, and I was like, here, you can have the spear that I made, and I threw it right into his leg, and it was like sticking out of his leg. It was very funny.
Ooh, a grass plank.
So Kylie, I imagine what you're doing.
My daughter will love this game.
I imagine what you're. Oh, the spiders are really scary.
Well, there's the arachnophobia setting.
They also like run at you and just kill you in one hit.
Well, I think there's a peaceful mode.
Maybe there is a peaceful mode, yeah. So I see that you've got this grass here.
You don't see shit.
I have my house here, and I have a pallet
Why
that holds
can't-
grass. So follow me.
Oh, so I can't switch to a tool while I'm holding.
No, the grass is too big. You have to carry it
Okay.
like lumber.
Where? Oh, where?
I have a waypoint for it. You can see it's a house.
Oh, okay.
You can build waypoints. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to show you the safe way to go, but you've chosen to ignore me.
What? I'm doing my best over here. I don't know
Okay.
how this game works.
I told you to follow me.
The beginning was too boring.
No, it's fine. If you get killed by a spider, that's just on you.
I am literally telling you, I'm not choosing to ignore you. I am just having a hard time keeping up with the game.
There was, I don't know where you went. Where'd you go?
Yeah,
You're
whatever.
underneath me. When I said follow me, there was a log that you could have climbed up, but you went under. That was the place. But you're pretty much safe now. I got my eye on you. Not that I can help. I can't fucking kill a spider yet. I don't know if
engaged.
What's that?
It says threat engaged.
Oh, that's a soldier ant down there. I can kill that if you want. Is that a soldier ant? Yeah, it looks like a soldier ant to me.
How?
With a weapon. I have weapon.
Look at him go.
So you have the combat is pretty.
My hero.
The combat's pretty simple. It's very Obsidian. There's a block button.
This is Obsidian.
This is Obsidian.
I totally forgot.
It's very Skyrim. It's very like that. It's like Skyrim, Morrowind, those ones.
I like that we've set up camp by the juice box.
Yeah. So this area had a lot of spiders in it when I first got here, and so Natan and I tried to find somewhere that was identifiable and out of the spider danger zone. Oh, out here.
Nice.
Wait, outside. Sorry, my pallet thing's out here. This is where I put my extra planks.
Ooh, okay. How do I put
E. Maybe
recycle?
No. Stack, yeah.
There we go.
Did you see a ladybug?
No.
Wow.
I've only seen ants.
It took me 45 minutes of playing to get to here. You just like ran straight over here.
Yeah, I just booked it. Like I literally went in a straight line.
My idea was that we were going to, the story of the stream was going to be us meeting in the middle, and you just ran straight over to my waypoint.
Oh, okay.
Is that where you were following? You were following my waypoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was following. I can see your location from anywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant by my waypoint.
Yes.
Do you want to go? Do you want to see the science thing that I discovered? What's wrong?
I chopped down a clover while I was standing on it.
Okay.
Like you do. I'm sorry.
I
What
hear
did
something.
you ask me?
I hear some bug.
I'm
found
thirsty.
A science. I found
I'm
a science
extremely
ship.
thirsty.
Do you wanna find water?
I think I found some. Can I drink it?
That's dirty water because it's a pond.
How do I clean it?
You don't. You have to find specifically clean water.
Fuck.
Yeah. You probably have a quest for it, right?
What about the juice box?
So here, it's not clean. I know where there's clean water. So you can
Okay.
just follow me. I'll show you. So you can get a little bit of thirst back and a little bit of hunger back.
Whelp flavor drink.
Check to see in here.
I love a good flavor.
Yeah, there's some
drink.
drops in there.
Ooh. Some drippies. Ooh.
Inside of a soda can's like?
Slurp.
Nice.
That
That
did
help
not
your thirst
very
at all?
much.
No.
No.
Well, it
Barely.
helps a little bit with thirst, but it also helps with hunger. So, and then there's
Gotcha.
more. Should be more water over here.
Oh, there's a spider.
Where?
I was far enough away that I'm just leaving.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch that hang out by those posts over there near the roses.
Oh, duh. There's a waterway point on my screen at all times.
What?
Or at least, like, for a quest, maybe. Like you said, I don't know.
Maybe. But there's some right here. Oh, when you're thirsty, I think it just points you towards the water.
Oh, okay.
Is this where the waypoint was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
I just know about that drop now. Because the drops, they like drip from like leaves and stuff. And so there's areas that just always have some water. There's another drop down here. Do you need another one or can I have this one?
I'm good.
All right. Do you want to,
it's really good.
let's go, oh, and here's another Let's go to the science building.
Okay. You gonna put a waypoint for me?
I don't know where. So you have to build waypoints. And you place them by hand. So
Okay.
I could, and actually I think that it doesn't let you build in the science building. But I could be wrong.
Aphid honeydew. What's Clover good for?
Clover is good for some armor, and I think some building materials use Clover. Oh, you see that? See the spider behind you?
No.
So one of the cool things, see it? It's coming towards us. We should get
Oh.
we should get on a thing.
What? You're
What? Where did it go?
roses.
Yeah. So over by the roses, but like where these posts are, about halfway down is like where like 5 spiders live. But then another set of like 3 or 4 spiders live in the oak tree. And so
I think my draw distance is way shorter than yours.
Oh, that's maybe true. Can
Because
you
whatever the closest spider is that
Oh.
I think I'm looking at, like
Yeah.
it only just appeared to me again because it got closer. And then
you
it
know
walked
that
away and
that actually
disappeared.
just happened to me too. I couldn't see the spider you're talking about. I have pretty good draw distance, but it just disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah. So no, we have the same draw distance. This game is in like 0.2. It is
Yeah,
like
it's
very early access. Which is why there's like
Ooh,
not a
what's
lot
this?
to do.
What is this? A sap clump.
Yeah.
I need a busting tool.
But one of the I can bust it.
Oh, you can bust?
Yeah, I can bust.
Nice.
So one of the main. Oh, do you want to sleep until morning? That's not a bad idea.
Sure.
While we're still close to the house, we can go Minecraft style. We both agree to sleep.
Minecraft just did something about that, I think.
Oh, really?
I think there's like a server option now where you can just have one person sleep. I call it cheating, but it's fine.
Ooh, we can't sleep yet. It's slightly too early to sleep. So,
You
then I guess we
fool.
won't.
You absolute fool.
Yeah, I'm a fool. It looked dark, so I was like, we can probably sleep. So
Yeah.
so the thrust of the early game when you don't start in someone else's server is figuring out what that circuit thing does, fixing the circuit, and then where are you?
I'm fine. I'm listening.
Um,
Sorry, I was crafting.
okay. This place is like intentionally kind of hidden, so I'll wait out here for you. So you figure out the circuit thing, and then it essentially zaps this tree, and it's basically like, go figure out where that zapped. And so you find this like science place, which is presumably your hub
Okay.
for when the game is more finished. All right, see this like purple zappy shit?
Purple Zappy.
That's like the tell of where this is. Careful, because there's spiders that live up there, and they will fucking kill you
So where are you going?
under this leaf. So this is some scientist's science house, and presumably this is the guy that shrunk us down. But we can't find him. No, not that way. Although there is some science down there. Grab this.
Ooh, there's
See that?
there's
On my stream,
some,
this is raw science. That's your main resource for the game.
there's some 80s happening in this lava lamp right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, very very 80s tech. Anyway, this is Burgle.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The game is all. Hey, bud.
If you have any extra raw science,
I don't. No, I don't. I don't have any raw
it
science.
is nice to see a friendly
Oh.
face around here. 3 gold quests arrive each day. For each completed raw science do I pay.
Sure, kill
I
Nat.
hate this thing.
So I've had these 2 explorer quests for a while, explore Spade Gulch and Toad Swamp, and I just like straight up have not been able to find them. And like I genuinely don't know if I explore those places, is there going to be like more story for me to do, or is this it? So if you want, we can try and find one of those things.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You
You seem unsure about the game.
Do you have some like fibers and stuff you can donate to me? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm,
sure.
Like,
Do you know where to find? I can show you where to find fibers. They're everywhere.
yeah, I know, but I just don't have any. If we want to like
I've got.
get going,
I only have 2, but you can have them.
no, it's fine.
Is there a material, or is there something specific you're trying to build?
Oh,
What happened?
I accidentally threw my hammer.
Oh.
Pebblet hammer. Have I been wrong that these are pebbles and they're just pebblets? Yes.
They are pebblets, yeah. They're too.
Pebblet.
They're. If you see a pebble, you have to
Too
use
small to-
you have to use a hammer to break up a pebble into pebblets because the pebbles are
Good.
too big.
Great.
All right, we gotta be careful. I've found that there will just sometimes be spiders out
Rah!
there.
Rah!
Oh, there's a ladybug.
Ooh, what do we do?
You can ride on it.
I'm doing it.
Look how big. It's so funny. That's basically this whole game.
Look how big, so funny. Hi. Does this thing want to eat me or what?
No, but if it does decide it wants to eat a tree or something and it attacks while you're on its back, you will get a little bit hurt.
Mushrooms.
All right, let me look at the
Hey,
map
hey,
and see.
buddy.
Like maybe it actually will just tell me where.
That's a big mushroom. Whoa. Its eyes get red when it's mad.
Yes. Yeah.
Gets mad at trees. I'm pissed about this tree right now. And by tree, I of course mean blade of grass. Eh. What? What did I do? Oh, because it's nighttime. Do they like get more aggressive?
I think that there's more stuff out. Did something hurt you?
Well, no, but I'm looking at the ladybug. It has big glowing red eyes.
Yeah, it's hunting
Seems
this aphid.
menacing.
It's hunting that aphid there.
Nah,
You trying to get the aphid?
I was. Now I give up.
You drop your hammer?
Yeah, I got it back.
For what it's worth, ladybugs, don't try to kill them. They'll kill you. You'll die.
No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I was trying to get the aphid.
All right, let's sleep. I don't like nighttime. It's scary. Nighttime is scaring me.
Yeah, how you doing? You as the person who doesn't play Minecraft on survival or on outside of peaceful, I mean.
Well, I think that the rules for this game are much better.
Anyone else tired?
Like
Just me?
in Minecraft, it will spawn enemies like all over. I'm hungry and thirsty.
Mhm.
I don't think I have. Do I have any food to cook? No. I have spoiled meat.
You're spoiled meat.
It's probably fine. Maybe I'll have a sip of soda. Just a sip of soda, please.
I ordered shawarma delivery after midnight on a Sunday,
Nice.
so I have that left over.
All right.
Gnat fuzz.
So where do I think Spade Gulch might be?
Probably near the garden.
You think so? The garden is
Spade.
extremely dangerous.
Oh, well, it's Spade.
And I've crossed the pond a little bit.
Oh,
The
gone
area that I
across the pond.
haven't been much is south. I haven't been south. So maybe we should go south.
Do I get dry grass by breaking up this? No, it's
No.
a weed stem.
That's a weed stem. There is grass that is dry, and you can just find it. There's like, it's basically just dead grass.
Lame.
What's lame?
These little pieces of whatever that I find everywhere on the ground aren't pick upable.
They are what little these? They are pick upable. Plant fiber? Yeah, pick those up.
No, not plant fiber. The brown ones.
Oh, the
probably
little
mulch
bark
or
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's explore south. I have not really been south.
Okay. Wait, it says complete marker at.
Yeah, I don't have a
Spade
marker
Gulch.
for those things though.
Well, what's the red question marker?
I put that marker, or actually, technically, Natan put that marker. So there's like a
Right.
treasure radar, and he couldn't figure out where the treasure was supposed to be. But I figured out that it's underground. It's just that the entrance to the cave is guarded by a bug that we can't beat because it's too strong.
Ooh, there's traps.
There are traps. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Oh, something I was going to say earlier. One of the coolest things about the game, in my opinion, is like, so when you walk through the forest, right? The grass are like trees. Like you just like bump up against them, but the spiders are able to part the forest with just like their weight and mass.
Right.
And so
Not accurate, but
what's that?
I do get what they're going for.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Yeah.
What are you up to down there?
I chopped some grass,
Okay. I'm going to explore south.
but now it occurs to me I didn't need that grass.
It's fine. If you leave it there, it will stay there.
That tastes really
Here's
good.
a spider.
Yeah, spiders hang out over there. Oh. There is fall damage, by the way.
What if that's not accurate? Do you think we'd really get hurt if we fell? If we were that tiny? 'Cause, like,
Yes.
ants are okay.
Well, they have exoskeletons.
Stupid exoskeletons.
I know, it's unfair.
Ugh. Ants get all the cool stuff.
And I'm always saying this.
Yeah, I've always been saying this. Pick and eat a mushroom. Okay. Consume. I've done it.
Nice. I forgot that I could eat mushrooms. That's good news. I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
Small snack. Okay, so that quest is completed. I also have a quest to kill 5 gnats. Complete marker. Oh, I bet the marker thing is when we get to Spade Gulch, we will find a marker that we can activate.
That makes sense. Yeah. Ooh, look at that big drop.
Yeah.
Look at this big drop. Holy moly.
I didn't notice how much of the character I could see by looking down. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have any hunger? I found some big drops.
Oh, that's what you meant by big drops. I thought you meant the little precipice we were on. I was like, I didn't see that big.
No. Big droplets of juice.
No. I thought this was dirty water.
No, this is juice.
Huh. But
From the
no, I'm
juice
good.
box.
I mean, I can slurp a little bit.
Yeah, might as well slurp a little bit. Yeah, the dirty water and the juice look pretty similar.
Okay.
But the juice will normally be next to like an empty juice box or something.
So what the heck is this?
This is a science machine.
Oh, a science machine.
Yeah.
Okay,
See, it's got
yeah,
a
that
knob.
makes
It's got
sense.
the science
Yeah,
knob from off to
right.
max.
That's where you turn on the science.
That's where you turn on the science.
Oh my god, it's literally a science knob.
Yeah. And so
This wasn't. Why is this necessary?
what, the science knob?
Yeah, like why
don't
does
know, I
this
didn't
need to be
build it.
part of this game? Like, what is this weird? What is this weird running bit this game has about science?
That's your resource.
Come here, you. Yeah.
Nice. I should use my larva blade. So these three like little pillars here in the center of the, like surrounding this, two of them were
Okay.
broken, and so the first thing I had to do is like fix this machine,
Gotcha.
and this is what caused the explosion at the science lab, which is how I found that. Let's go south. Let's continue south. Oh, you know what? The game has like, even though it's not marked, it has like a lot of the stuff like not outlined, but like I guess outlined is the word, I guess.
Outlined?
Yeah, like if you look at the map, like you can see sort of the
What?
broad strokes of things.
What map?
I don't know.
Okay.
Press M. I don't know
Found
how to.
it. Just the way you had been talking, it made it sound like you didn't have a map.
No, I've got a map. It just doesn't have much for me.
Sights, baseball.
Yeah, the baseball's really big. Now, behind me looks like a building, but it must just be this that it's talking about.
Ooh, abandoned anthill. That sounds cool.
Well,
I
it's
don't know how they
not.
can get away with having a thing called Oak Lab, but okay.
didn't know I
Microsoft
could
about
come
to
up
buy
here.
a Pokemon company confirmed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Is
I can
it?
see the Spade Gulch from up here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look
Hi.
at that.
What are you looking at?
It's a rake. It's a giant rake. I mean, it's a regular
Ooh.
sized rake, but I'm small.
Ooh, that's a big sprinkler.
Sorry, what was that?
Wait, is that a sprinkler? Or is this a science device?
This
I
thing?
recently watched
This
a
is a science
technology.
device.
I recently watched a technology connections video on how those regular sprinklers work, and it's pretty
The
fascinating.
those
Yeah,
ones?
the ch kind.
Look at watch out.
More
There's a bad bug
clever
down
than
there.
you might think.
It's a little bad bug. The red mite. Watch out for that.
Which I see that. Yeah.
Nice. It popped.
Ooh.
I don't see a spade, but I did see that big rake. That was cool.
Wow. What's with this power cable?
This is one of the things that I had to fix to
It's too dark down there.
yeah. Did you see where I went?
No.
Look at me.
Oh. I can walk on this?
Yeah, you can.
Oh. Okay. Seems unsafe, but
It was fine for me.
wow, looking down actually helps walk on the thing.
Yeah.
Imagine what a world.
I just think for however much this genre doesn't really do it for me, the like survival-y genre, you can keep going up.
I see that rake. See that rake you were talking
Yeah,
about?
right. It's big.
Wow. Big rake.
Just like the big rake of it all just does it for me.
Well, I also like the survival part, so I really like this game.
That's good. I like the survival things in this game. It's just not. Oh shit! I don't know what saw me.
Wow, big VGA port. Big serial
Yeah, I saw
port.
that too. Oh, just red mite.
Okay. So are you planning to go towards the rake?
The rake. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
All right. What?
Did you fall?
Nope.
Oh, that's good.
And I never would, and I never will. Sorry, losers.
God, I just am not good at the combat yet.
No. Maybe the combat's not good yet.
Yeah. And I have a pretty good weapon too.
Ooh. What are those things? What are those things?
What are what things?
I don't know how to point.
Oh. That's a stink bug.
Oh.
They hate you.
Okay.
They eat people.
Well,
they eat
Yeah,
people
well,
when they're
the feeling
small.
is mutual.
I did see one get in a fight with some spiders. That was pretty cool. Uh-oh. Run away.
What was it?
It's a bombardier beetle, is I believe what it's called, and it will shoot globs of acid at you. Uh-oh.
I'm hiding.
See it?
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. We're little.
We're small. You shouldn't kill things that are
You
smaller
shouldn't
than
eat
you.
things that are
We
smaller
would
than
never.
you. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is, but it sounded big.
Ah! Ah!
What is it?
Stink beetle. It's following you.
I think you're hidden. Watch out. It's going to turn around and see you.
No, I'm hidden. What if I just ran up its back as a ramp? Bye.
Bye.
Bye, loser.
Bye, loser. Oh, there's 3 of them. It's fucked up over here. Okay, it's fucked over here. Let's go. We gotta go.
Oh.
Oh shit! It came back. Okay.
Oh no. I'm running forward. I want to find. I'm taking a chance.
You're taking a chance.
Yep. I was watching the Lizzie McGuire movie the other day, and Hilary Duff asked me why not take a crazy chance, and I was like, I don't know, Hilary Duff. Next time I see one, I'll take it.
I accidentally threw my weapon, and it didn't give me a waypoint for it.
You have to get within a certain range, I think.
I didn't throw it very far.
Can we eat these lawn mites?
You need to cook them first. They'll make you sick.
Okay. There's always a catch. They looked so tasty.
The little red guys.
I found a paint bucket. I did that.
My good weapon might be gone. That sucks.
Oh. I think I found some spider webs. It seems bad. Maybe I can steal it.
Ooh,
Nope.
That is a big paint can, huh? But it didn't add it to the map. I don't know why it doesn't add these things to the map.
Good question. Do we have some kind of way of manually identifying them that we haven't been doing?
No, because I didn't do anything to them before.
Scab classic scab knife.
Is that? Are you that's just a worker. Okay.
Oh. Ooh. I like that one. Ah! Stupid mites. Where'd you run off to?
I was on the other side of the bucket.
Sick.
Killing mites. Mites were chasing on me.
Am I getting attacked right now? Nope.
What's up?
I'm looking at the map and I'm saying, shouldn't there be a spade-shaped thing on this map?
Apple. Right, I tried to do the same thing and I couldn't find one.
Zoom in.
Requires a chopping tool. Oh, I can chop this. Requires a higher tier tool. But see, like, you'd think, because I had the baseball and the tropical, like, all these different things showed up on the map as
Maybe,
landmarks.
Maybe that's an incomplete part of the game.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a whole
Maybe it's a
mapping system. I don't know.
Rotten larva blade. That's cool because I lost my larva blade
Yum.
before. Rotten larva blade.
Are these baby spiders? What are these? Spiderling. I think I should run. Ooh, a dead spider. No, that's a sleeping spider. What is that?
Oh, where are you? Don't lead them to me. Are you bringing trouble to me?
No.
Okay. What did you find?
Oh, I'm dead.
Okay.
Well, I need assistance. I found little spider babies and I was leaving. They were attacking me. I also found a spider that looks like it's either dead, standing up, or sleeping, or just waiting to see something interesting enough to move. Are you gonna help me? Or
I'm
are you gonna let
trying.
me die?
Where's the spiderling?
Thanks. I don't know. 10 seconds.
I need a hand.
I'm trying to change weapons and it wasn't working. There we go. I got it. Okay. Are you good? Are you good?
3, 2, 1. Ah! Ah! 0!
Oh, I was right there.
Terrible.
It wouldn't let me switch weapons. I was like trying to switch. I was pressing W, which is the switch weapons button, and it just like wasn't working. So I kept missing arrows at the spiderling.
I don't know. We might have to stop now.
Okay, well,
stop because I hate you forever.
I saved you for. I don't know how you couldn't kill that spiderling.
What? Oh no, it was 3 at once.
Oh, you
Three,
killed two.
3
of
or
them.
4 at once.
Okay. Oh, and now you're 575 centimeters away.
Yep.
That's so many.
I do, before we end the stream, want to run all the way back and see what the deal is with that big spider, though.
Okay.
They're just hanging out. What's his deal? What's it doing over there?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
certainly don't want to look at it by myself. Oh, I can see it.
What's the deal with that spider? What's I see some kind of radar thing popping up on my HUD sometimes and then going away.
I think it's
some-
sleeping.
it's like a tent. I discovered a landmark.
You discovered a
field
landmark. Look at
station.
that.
Huh. I can analyze things. Very nice.
How come I'm not discovering landmarks? What did you do? Did it just happen?
Because you didn't. I discovered a landmark, and you didn't. Suck it.
And you found personal log.
Yeah, I found personal log 02.
Ooh, and I found a science tent. Look at that.
Eminent Practical Technologies, Dr. Wendell Tully, Science. Eminent Practical Technologies, Dr. Wendell Tully, Household liquids,
Seems-
gels, and aerosols.
Seems pretty
Division.
quiet.
That is where
I
my
picked up
PhD is
a
going
thing in
now.
its
Kaminsky
doing
works
story.
here, and he's an idiot.
Well, I picked up a thing and it's doing
With a pay
story.
cut, I've been reduced to substituting at a
Oh.
local school.
Is it about
There's,
substituting in local school?
One person be expected
Ah,
to
ah,
explain
ah,
the difference
ah,
between
ah!
a and a scalar.
Spider. I found the spider.
It's a scalar. I mean,
I'm
a
dead.
vector. I swear the ignorance around me is contagious. Does that normal
Lame.
teacher do anything? No wonder my
Well,
intelligence cannot be appreciated.
You die again?
No longer
Yeah, I died again, so I think I'm ready
All right.
to call it. Cool
Sounds
game.
good.
Definitely gonna check out more of this, especially when it's further along.
Yeah, I think that's the case for me as well. I mean, it's sort of like I would slowly build my little house a little better. You know, pop in, do a little house building.
Yeah, we were kind of running around. Something up there. What is that? Some kind of bug house. Why is there a bug house?
Welcome to the Bug House.
Hey, spider. Hey, idiot. I really think we should.
You just
Oh,
can't
I
stop
can't-
getting killed by these things.
Well, I did run right towards it.
Jason is
In
peak
fairness.
performance.
I probably should have turned on the accessibility features to make it less scary.
It's scary, right? Those spiders are scary.
I mean, they're scary. But as I already said, I find these accessibility features a little creepy.
Oh, you want to make it even creepier, is what you're saying.
I just want to try it. I'm just trying things.
Just see how it looks.
Hi, my name's Kylie, and I'm just here to try things.
Just here to try things. No press.
I guess that's the spider over there. They're kind of hard to spot now. And I'm also wondering, like, oh, is that not a spider? I can't tell anymore. It is. Yeah. It's very funny.
Does it look funny?
I'm looking at a spider. It's like with the full accessibility on.
Yeah. Is it goofy?
It is goofy. It's also just it's hard to read. Like it doesn't read like what it is, which I guess is
it's
obviously
smaller?
the point. But like, I think it's just. I think it needs tank treads. It needs tank
Yeah.
treads.
Well, it needs something. It needs something to like make it obvious that it's moving through the world, right?
Right. Yeah. And the other thing that makes me wonder is like, what about all the other bugs? You can't tell me. Are people scared of the spiders, but they're fine with the stink beetles?
Yes.
That seems unlikely.
Well, it's the legs.
But the stink beetles have those legs too.
I mean,
And
there's
they have
definitely
stink
like
beetle legs.
insect phobia is a thing, but like, are people being afraid of spiders but not other bugs is like a huge thing.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's why we know the word for arachnophobia, but not the word for afraid of all bugs.
Insectophobia.
Is it insectophobia?
It just seems like it would be. I'm trying to punch a
No,
bug.
it's entomophobia.
Well, I could have told you that. This one's a weevil.
Oh yeah, you can kill a weevil.
Not with my fists. Not this one, you squirrely. Might be a squirrel. What if the final boss is a squirrel?
Oh, what if? Oh, do you have any meat on
I
you?
just got some raw weevil meat.
You should cook that. You should cook
Then we
that.
have to go because the show is over.
Well, I'll eat it, and then because it'll spoil if you don't eat it.
In real time?
Yeah.
I can't log back in later?
I don't know.
That seems unlikely. There it is. It's cooking.
It's probably done, right?
I don't know. There it is.
Here it is. I think you've got to take it. Here, take it and put it in my box.
I'm not putting anything in your box.
Put the meat in my box.
There it's in. I put my meat in your box.
I'm gonna eat it. Okay. Is there anything else before we
Yummy.
get going, Kylie?
I think I really want to record a bunch of stuff this week, so hopefully we'll have more streams for patrons.
Yeah. So you can go to contentburger.biz, sign up for the Patreon, get access to those streams that we don't do publicly, watch stuff
And-
way early, and then we put it out early too.
And right after this, I'll go and make public our episode of the Metal Gear Solid Let's Play, the Psycho Mantis fight episode.
Oh yeah. So if you want more Run Button, you can go do that. You can follow the show on Twitter at Run Button. Follow me at Keith J. Carberry. Follow Kylie at Kylie Theodora. And that's everything. Have a good
That's everything.
one.
Goodbye. Love you.